The arrival. When I signed up for the Earth Galactic Cultural Exchange housing program, I expected adventure. Maybe a few awkward encounters, a strange diet, or a roommate with too many limbs. I wasn't expecting Zir. He arrived during a rainstorm, his shuttle humming softly in the courtyard of our government-assigned housing complex. He was tall, easily over 7 feet, with shimmering silver skin and bioluminescent patterns across his arms. His eyes were large and opalescent, reflecting the dim hallway light like moons in deep space. Designation Zir Talca. I am to cohabit with human Maya fields, he said in perfect English, although his mouth didn't seem to move in sync with the words. I would later learn he communicated via vocaloneural projection, an efficient method but jarring at first. Ah, that's me, I replied, awkwardly tucking a loose curl behind my ear. I extended a hand, then wondered if that was rude in his culture. He looked at it curiously, then mirrored the gesture. His fingers were long, jointed in unexpected places, but his touch was surprisingly gentle, warm. The apartment was a standard exchange unit, 2 private rooms, a shared kitchenette, and a sitting area. Clean, minimalist. As he unpacked, levitating items from his containment capsule and aligning them with mathematical precision, I observed him from the kitchen. He moved like liquid thought, all grace and purpose. It was mesmerizing. Your planet is louder than expected, he said suddenly. Wait until trash day, I joked. He tilted his head. Our first days were a mix of silence and curiosity. He studied Earth customs through old sitcoms and documentaries, mimicking the cadence of speech but skipping over emotional subtext entirely. Meanwhile, I found myself fascinated by the soft hum he emitted when concentrating, like a cat purring in a different octave. The program emphasized cohabitation to foster understanding. But no amount of briefing could prepare me for sharing a living space with someone who didn't sleep at night, instead entering a meditative trance in the middle of the kitchen floor, glowing faintly as if dreaming in photons. Chapter 2. Collision of Worlds. Your species is inefficient at emotional regulation, Zir stated one afternoon, unblinking as I threw myself face first onto the couch after a disastrous day at work. Gee, thanks, I groaned into the cushions. He crouched beside me, silent for a beat. You emit elevated cortisol. May I offer assistance? I lifted my head. Unless you can make my boss evaporate into a cloud of bad decisions, I doubt it. Zir considered that seriously. Evaporation of organics is frowned upon in interspecies diplomacy. I laughed. For the first time in days it felt genuine. He tried to replicate the sound but it came out robotic and flat. Luha. Is that correct? Not even a little, I said, but I smiled anyway. We started talking more after that. At first it was about our worlds. His from the Alaric Veil, a system filled with gaseous moons and sentient oceans. Mine, Earth, full of contradictions and Wi-Fi outages. He was intrigued by the concept of music with lyrics and grilled cheese sandwiches. I was captivated by his ability to manipulate light with a gesture and his encyclopedic knowledge of galactic history. One night, he created a small aurora in the living room ceiling, just for fun. The lights danced like spirits in a starless sky. Beautiful, I whispered. Zir turned to me. Your pupils dilated. Are you frightened? No, just amazed. There was a pause, electric, uncertain. For someone so alien, Zir felt closer than most humans I'd ever known. Chapter 3. Boundaries and Breakthroughs. 2 months in, our routines synced. I made coffee. He brewed a bioluminescent herbal concoction that smelled like ozone and mint. We'd sit together before I left for work, me rambling about Earth nonsense, him absorbing everything with quiet intensity. Then came the night of the embassy incident. A rogue faction from another system staged a protest outside the Intergalactic Assembly, accusing the Alaric of resource hoarding. Tensions escalated. News outlets called it a diplomatic crisis. Anti-alien sentiment surged across Earth, thinly veiled under phrases like "preserve humanity" and "species first." When I came home that evening, I found Zier sitting on the floor, dimmed to a dull gray. "Zier." He didn't answer right away. When he finally spoke, it was soft. "Am I unwelcome now?" My heart cracked. "No, not here. Not with me. But others of your species." "Idiots, the lot of them," I snapped. "They don't speak for me." He looked up. "You are angry on my behalf. I care about you." Silence stretched again. Then softly, "I feel something in my thoracic cavity. It pulses faster when I am near you." And blinked. "That's probably what we call feelings." He tilted his head. "Are they always so inconvenient?" "Yep." Chapter 4. The Shift. Our dynamic changed subtly after that. Less like roomies, more like something precariously teetering on the edge of intimacy. Shared glances lasted longer. Accidental touches sparked with heat. And one night, after a movie marathon and too much popcorn, he touched my hand and didn't let go. "I have studied the mating rituals of your species," he said solemnly. "Oh God," I muttered, face flushing. "Please don't quote Wikipedia." He blinked. "Is kissing a declaration of intent or a precursor to physical bonding?" It depends. I would like to attempt both." I stared at him, heart pounding. "Are you sure?" He leaned forward gently, like Earth gravity itself was guiding him. His lips, thin and soft, pressed to mine, warm with quiet intent. It was unlike any kiss I'd had before. Tender, inquisitive, and charged with a depth that bypassed language. When we pulled apart, he murmured, "Fascinating. Do you experience temporal dilation as well?" I laughed, breathless. "Yeah. Like time just stopped." Zier's glow intensified, cascading colors across the walls. "I believe I am falling, as you humans say." "So am I." Chapter 5. The Consequence. Falling in love with an alien wasn't listed in the exchange program's FAQ, but by the third month, I was past pretending this was a phase. We were together in every sense, emotionally, spiritually, occasionally clumsily, physically. He learned to read my moods better than any human partner ever had. I learned to translate his luminescent mood shifts. We even developed a silent shorthand, light pulses, finger taps, inside jokes about interstellar bureaucracy. But the program wasn't built for this. A regulation officer arrived unexpectedly one day, interrupting our breakfast. She wore a steel gray suit and an expression to match. "Human Maya Fields and Alaric citizen Zier Talca," she began, holding a tablet. "Your cohabitation exceeds regulation boundaries for emotional entanglement as defined by Directive 43A. "We're not hurting anyone," I said, standing protectively in front of Zier. "You've violated terms of impartial coexistence," she snapped. "Emotional bonding compromises data integrity." Zier spoke then, voice firmer than I'd ever heard. "I will not be reassigned." Her expression didn't waver. "Then you both will be removed from the program." They gave us 72 hours to vacate. Chapter 6. The Decision. "I won't ask you to give up everything," I said quietly, watching him pack his belongings with slow, deliberate movements. I already have, he replied. My world. My people. Also I could understand yours. Now,